Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Angelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today.
Everything's better. Mother and daughter, oh, they're the greatest duo. Mother and daughter, oh, they're the greatest duo.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. It is illegal to make a false copyright claim, and such actions may lead to our party seeking compensation for losses. This video was created and published by the Mother-Daughter-ish show in their personal capacity. The opinions expressed in this video are the creator's own and should not be taken as a definitive fact. The validity of any evidence provided should be independently consulted and researched and resource verified for authenticity. And the Mother-Daughter-ish show takes no responsibility for the actions of those viewing this video.
Thank you so kindly.
Happy February 23rd. Only a few more days and this month is over. Well, the holiday for today, Angie, is one of your favorites.
Yes, for sure. Margarita.
National Margarita Day. Now I'm going to go on and ask you, I'm sure you have 45, but what's your favorite flavor margarita?
I'd have to say...
You can only pick one.
I'd have to say raspberry.
Really?
At this specific place.
Okay, so raspberry, yeah.
Because it actually tastes like good raspberry, but that mango ain't too bad either.
On the occasion when I do get a great margarita, and especially if I'm in Mexico, my favorite margarita is mango margarita. I don't go to Mexico without having at least one. I don't usually have them here at home or anything like that, and I don't have mix at the actual house, but every now and then, if I'm going to have one, I'll have a mango. If I have to choose another flavor, I just go with a traditional lime or something.
Yeah, that for sure.
Well, before we move into our topic about new house information and just ideas, I want to tell you the top 10 greatest fruity margaritas out there. Now, tell me yes or no when I name them, if you've tasted it, not if you've heard of it, but if you've tasted it. Okay. Blueberry margarita?
No.
Tamarind margarita?
No.
Have you ever had a Jarita, tamarind Jarita?
I don't think I have actually. I always stick to pineapple.
Okay.
Really, that's the only one I get when I get.
I was going to tell you it's the same flavor as that. Okay. I've had a pomegranate. You've had a pomegranate?
I have. No, that's a mimosa. I haven't had a pomegranate margarita.
Oh, now this one is interesting. Pear and cilantro. Hayden loves cilantro. I'm gonna have to tell her they got pear and cilantro. Blackberry mint.
No.
Grilled citrus margarita.
No.
They're saying these are the top 10 that are asked for at bars.
I guess I'm not going to the right ones because I hadn't even thought about blueberry.
Oh, look at this tangerine margarita. You know I would go for that.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said, tamarind. I thought tamarind was like a tangerine or something, but no.
No, it tastes more in the berry area, like the blueberry or cherry.
Oh, okay.
Like and then strawberry margarita. You've had a strawberry one. Of course, I don't know anybody who has.
I love when you go to places and they let you mix the flavors for no extra cost.
I know, but that's very rare, I bet.
Not the places I've gone to.
Yeah. When we went to Cyclone and I really enjoyed that mango margarita. It was really good. It was a great mixture of the mix and whatever else they put in there. I
want that soup again. I ain't gonna lie.
Which one?
The tortilla soup. That one was it was so good. I could probably eat that every day.
I need to go back and have the first nacho that I had. I'm not gonna be happy until I get the first one.
Well,
Not
we
to
could
say
go.
the second one wasn't good, because it was good. It was just too much. That first one was the perfect size, the perfect number of chips. It was put on the plate perfect. This other one was, it was good, but it just wasn't that. I need to get back to the first one.
Yeah.
All right. So today's conversation is about new homes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to have a favorite builder, just from what you've seen, as far as like what you like?
Not really, and it's only because I forgot the name of the one that I came across when I used to work at a water filter company.
Yeah.
They used to set us up on field trips, like individual one-on-one field trips with the techs that would go out to the houses and work on water filters. And there was one neighborhood builder we went to, and I just totally forgot. But
They used to take y'all in the truck, so y'all had to drive there.
We went in their trucks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was pretty fun and hands-on, but they also worked with builders. Like they had a department that worked with only builders, but I totally forgot. If I hear it, I'll probably, I don't know, but it was one I've never heard. Like it wasn't like no Perry or whatever the other one was with the K.
I'm gonna tell you, Perry done stepped up their game, because some kind of way they do like an advertisement, I guess, on Instagram, and I be seeing it. And I'm telling you, they ain't like my home builder that I love. I have two, but Perry, they have really stepped it up as far as like amenities and different things in the home, and the sizes and the design. So I don't know who their new designer is, but I'm telling you, they have really stepped it up. Now I ain't gonna lie, they done tripled up those prices too, but
not bad.
Yeah, my favorite builder, of course, has always been David Weekley, but my favorite for the last, I would say, 10 years has been Toll Brothers. I like Toll Brothers.
I think it might be that one. I don't know. I know it starts with a T, but there's so many out there. I really don't know. I wouldn't know.
Well, you'll always know Toll Brothers homes, because they start at about 300,000 and go up to millions. So, they build with premium products. You can have homes like, for example, Kimball Hill or Kimball Ball. No, it's Kimball Hill. They'll build with what you call basic materials, meaning like Japanese nails or certain kind of sheetrock, certain kind of siding or whatever. But then you get somebody like a Toll Brother who really builds with premium products that are gonna last longer, gonna look better, gonna, feel better, all of that. So that's why their prices are absolutely way in the sky. And then you'll walk in and you'll think, okay, this is a really nice home. They'll tell you it's $475,000, and you're like, but it's only 1,700 square feet. That's smaller than what I have right now. Right. So it's kind of strange. But then when you look at the quality of the products in there, you go like, okay, I see why these homes are made like that. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say the name, but there's a particular rapper who lives not too far down the street from us. His neighborhood, the gated one, is all Toll Brother homes. They all start at 600,000 and go up.
Okay, I didn't know that. That makes sense.
Yeah, it really does. And I would love to be a fly on the wall to know who all lives in that little neighborhood, because they just really started building in there maybe about 4 years ago. It was
we know 2 people now.
Yeah, absolutely, which is kind of fun, because I wish it wasn't gated so we could go be nosy, but the minute they put that 600,000 and up price in that neighborhood, the gates went up immediately. Because before they started really building, I think they maybe had like 2 or 3 people only living over there in the whole community. And even if you told them you were trying to buy a house or build a house over there, you couldn't even go look.
I've only seen the open houses over there.
Yeah, your sister is walking around looking like a little Poochie doll. You know how they used to have their hair straight, and then they would have the little Poochie thing at the top, kind of like what's her name? Not Jaja Gabor, but the one that used to say "Itchy Gitchy Guy." What is her name? Oh gosh, she was a Mexican dancer. I can't think of her name. Not Jaja Gabor, but whatever the other one. Oh, Chiquita Banana. She's looking like Chiquita Banana right now. Where you gonna go, Peyton? She's trying to sneak creep. So that's who my 2 favorite home builders are. I'm a little bit disappointed with the new rules to home building and the new rules to what neighborhood you can live in. I remember talking to a lady just last summer, and your sister and I were looking at homes, and I said, what if you pay cash for a house? And she said, well, you still have to qualify to live in the neighborhood. And I said, well, what does that mean? Because qualify to live in a neighborhood seems to me like they're saying we got to vet you to see if you're good enough. So I said, what do you mean by qualified to live in the neighborhood? She said, we still got to see that you have some income coming in steady so that we know your yard is going to stay good. We know that, you know, you don't have a criminal background history. You don't have,
I can understand that.
You don't have rental history that's had a problem where you would leave a property or damage a property. And I'm like, first of all, if I pay cash for my house, obviously I'm going to take care of it because this is not no cheap house. I was just asking because I just wanted to know what her opinion on it was. But she said, you still have to qualify to live in the neighborhood. I mean, paying $3,000 a year for homeowners association, I think somebody would know if they could qualify to live in a neighborhood. But I understood what she was saying, and maybe it was her delivery. I'm not sure.
Probably.
But I think that kind of disqualifies a lot of people from, so I gave her a scenario. I said, so you're saying if I won $1 million in the lottery and I wanted to come and buy a $600,000 home, I don't qualify to live in the neighborhood? She said, no, because your money could be here today and gone tomorrow. Are you going to be able to pay your homeowners association 3 years from now? I was like, wow. So in other words, you can win the lottery, but you better still have some kind of job to pay those other bills.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes the people they be having watching over them homes when you do open houses, they need to find better people. And
well,
then
some of them get to that status where they don't even live in those kind of homes, but they get to this elite status because they get to come there every day and work. So they get this kind of little like chip on their shoulder, like, you know, well, you know, I work here, so I get to walk in this fancy house all day long. You know, and yeah, I don't really need people to be like a car salesman. You know, some of them where as soon as you walk in the door, they're all on your trail.
Yeah,
but I do need you to ask me, how may I help you? And is there something in particular that you're looking for in a home? If you have any questions, I'm over here in my office. Come let me know. You can walk around and do what you want, because we're very clear that there's cameras in every single room. We're very clear that those cameras emit your voice. So you know to watch what you say, you know, certain things that you're doing. So it's just kind of like, to not even ask, how can I help you? Or is there something specific you're looking for, or whatever, you know, it's just interesting. So, I've noticed that there's just been so many new homes being built. I think the new homes are being built just as fast as the apartments. It's like everywhere you look now, there's apartment complexes being built at a rate that I can tell you I've never seen in my entire life anywhere.
Like that one across from AMC, it's like y'all just slapped that one there. You can tell it's like one strip worth of parking spaces.
Well, they didn't just slap it there, but then you see 5 years later, they now they got so big they had to build on a second unit that belongs to them, and they're supposed to be even more luxury. I haven't been by.
I didn't even go online to see how they looked inside.
Kind of like studio apartments type of thing, but a lot more glass all over everything. So like the floor to ceiling glass type of thing, kind of like, you know, kind of like what I had in Louisiana, you know, like high rise type of apartment. And they were supposed to be a lot more expensive. I think only 1 and 2 bedrooms, no family big units. Like the other one had up to three units. I know the prices were just about the same as the other one, like $12 to $1,700 a month, depending on what you wanted in a 1 or 2 bedroom. But I don't really care about all of the new homes and apartments being built. I just don't want to see them stacked up on each other.
Yeah, because that's exactly how that one looks. It's like,
and I'm not even sure when 525 square foot apartments started going for $1,500, but there has to be something wrong with that picture.
It's like you're not even paying for the space. You're either paying for the area or the amenities now.
You're not paying for either if you don't have the economy to sustain it. So you can't pay
somebody, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you can't pay somebody $10 or $15 an hour and expect them to actually pay apartment note.
They want 3 times the rent, not even 2 no more.
Paying an apartment note, paying a car note, paying insurance note, maybe taking care of 1 kid and themselves, and still having to actually buy groceries. There's no way. And I can tell you 10 years ago, $15 an hour was, you know, pretty good. You know, like you could afford to have your own apartment and car and all that stuff. But at what point for a shoebox, 500 and something square feet, which is just a 1 bedroom, you wouldn't be able to even have a kid live there. At what point did that become like $1,300, $1,500? Like for 500 square feet, you used to be able to rent something like that for $450 to $500.
I think after 2012, I think around 2012 was when that happened. That started.
Really?
I think so.
When did you move out of your apartment on Queenston?
Move out? January 2019.
Okay, so
but I got my first one
In
September
2019,
20th.
though, a 1-bedroom was $900 a month.
No, it was 800. It was 8.
But you said that they were getting ready to raise the rent to 9 something. Remember?
Yeah, when I started there, it was 810. By the time I left, it was like 950.
Okay, so how many square feet was that apartment? About 700 and something?
No,
What
it
was
wasn't even 600. Maybe it was like 632. I think it was like.
So my apartment in Louisiana was bigger than that one?
It was 632 or less.
For $950, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about 500 and something square foot apartments for 1,500. That's not an even balance from 2019 to 2022, and you haven't started paying people at McDonald's $25 an hour, because that's the only way that you would be able to afford a lifestyle. You'd have to be making between $20 and $25 an hour. And the reason I know those rates is because I know Savon, I'm not gonna say which one of his jobs, but he was doing like $22.50 an hour. And by the time they took taxes out and everything,
the more you make, the more they take out too. That's what sucks about it.
Yeah, but how does that help you pay an apartment note?
Exactly.
It doesn't.
That's why I tell people the first one, get a tax, the low income ones, not the low incomes, but income based ones. Like my first one, that apartment was $716. By the time I left, it was $722, which wasn't much. So
right, but there's certain qualifications to be able to move into those. And but I could tell you, when me and Peyton was looking at apartments and we was on Westheimer looking at different apartments, we saw really, really nice ones. Try it on, it smells good now. We saw some really, really, really nice ones that were income based, just basically meaning that it wasn't so much about the rent, but it was more about what your income was to be able to help you to get into some of those really nice ones. Now, don't get me wrong, we saw a lot of shenanigans and different things too, but at least they were very nice enough that you felt like you would be comfortable, and they still had all the other amenities and all that stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look at some of the homes that they're building now, I forgot where we were looking at homes, and it was a house that was like 1,400 square feet. So 1,400 square feet would have been the size of this house when we first moved in it. That's without the additions and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
$350,000 to $500,000. And I'm like, there's no way in the world. I mean, it only cost you maybe $25,000 to $35,000 in material. The labor probably cost you $50,000 if you had a whole bunch of people working on it and you had to have the cement trucks and everything come out. So that's $80,000. I don't understand where the other $275,000 to $300,000 is going. Like, I know a lot about what material costs. I know what kind of material they're using in some of these homes. I see the fixtures and things. You can go right on Home Depot and see that fixture was only $119. I look at the flooring that they use, that a lot of it is not real wood floor, it's laminate. I look at the design is not, nothing that special. Yeah. And if you're only getting a shotgun, and I call it a shotgun when it's straight like that, like in the hood, only thing they did was put brick on it and made it look pretty. But, 1,400 square foot shotgun house in no means should be going for $350,000. Now, if you live in California, that's a mansion to you, because you also then got a yard and a garage and all that stuff, because it's a little different out there. But I'm born and raised in Houston, okay? So I know what, homes look like. And I get it that the economy has increased. But what I haven't gotten is that people's job wages have not increased. So how do you continue to pay everybody that's minimum wage $8 and I don't know, 50 cents, 70 cents, whatever, let's say under $9 an hour, but you expect for them to actually raise a family in an apartment in Houston or in the suburbs? How?
I think Texas is one of the ones where that's like an issue, because one of my cousins on my dad's side, Ishelle, she was telling me a couple of years ago, I was asking her, like, what's their wage out there? And she said, the rent was like around, like it was around $1,500, like how our $800 a month is good. Theirs was like $1,500. That's how low it was, but their wage was matching it. So like it was matching their lifestyle. But I'm like, is Texas one of the only ones? And then everybody want to move here. It's like, y'all could at least raise up the wage. And it's like 15 out here is the new 13 an hour.
But then I'm wondering, the people that are moving here, where are they getting these jobs from? Because the wage is what the wage is. It doesn't matter where you work. Where are they getting the jobs from as they move here? Because they're moving here in droves. So it's like, yeah, you can move here and you can get a $2,000 a month apartment. But
either getting transferred or keeping the job and working from home, something. Because
well, that's great if they are. I think that's great if they are.
We fool.
I'm encouraging them to close the borders. because from San Diego to Houston, you go through 3 borders. I think you close all 3. That one near El Paso, that one near Mexico, and that one going into California. Close them all. And when they get there and they say, "Hi, where are you going?" "I'm going to Houston." "I'm sorry, the borders are closed. You can only go as far as El Paso, and then you can't get out of El Paso. You have to stay over there in El Paso, Brownsville, or some of those other places. Stay over there because Houston and Dallas and Austin is closed. You can go to San Antonio."
Crazy.
You know, but it's just wild to me. When you think about having a new home, what's the most, I already know what you finna say. When you think about having a new home, what's the most important thing that you're looking for when
garden tub?
And you already know what I'm gonna say, closet.
I mean, that too for sure, but I'll never forget that one model home we went into, and it was a big garden tub in the middle of the bathroom, but the faucet was coming from the ceiling, so the water would come down from the ceiling. It's so extra and dramatic, so me. But a closet for sure, yeah. I like bay windows.
You do?
I like high ceilings.
Yeah.
I don't care for stairs, but I mean, has to have. I would like a theater room too.
Yeah. If I have to pick 2 things, I'm going to go with the closet, and I'm going to go with a really cute workspace. You know, sometimes you walk into new homes and you look to the left or right, and that's usually what they call the study. Mm-hmm. I would love to have a really nice study. I know Peyton and I, we went into this one home and it had a study in the front, but then in the back side, it had like an area where it had a pool table, and then right across from it in the same room, but behind another wall, it had the theater room. So I was like, oh, okay, this is cute. So I don't really need the study in the front. I can literally turn this whole back thing into my office and then just keep the little hidden movie room over there or something. It was real cute. I had some ideas, you know.
Like but a nice patio, good like a lot of kitchen space. I like those islands.
Yeah.
The island that I liked, it was, you probably won't remember, but it was on Atlanta Housewives when Kenya got her house built. She had I think her kitchen was like all white. But
the last time I watched an episode of Atlanta Housewives was right before Kim Zolciak met her husband. So that was season 2. I know.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't even get to see how her and Troy actually met. That's how far in I quit, because it was somebody had invited her to some event, and that's where she met him at. I think I was 2 episodes before that when I quit. So that's how long ago it was. So I guess that was season 2 or 3 or something like that. You know, I used to have this thing, and I was so dead set on it. And sometimes when I get my mind made up about something, I get a little weird. But I used to tell myself that there were 3 things that I hadn't gotten that I really, really wanted. And one of those things was a new home. But then after I thought about it, I don't feel like at my age now, it makes sense to create new long-term bills, because if you go on a steady traditional pace, it takes about 30 to 35 years to pay off a house. So when I add 50 and 35, that ain't cute.
Right.
Because who in the world wants to work so hard until they're 85 that by the time you're 85 and you finally, if you pay it off at that time and nothing happens and you don't have setbacks or whatever, if you finally pay it off at 85, I mean, by that time, you're too tired to do anything else.
Yeah, when I worked at that mortgage company, I noticed that was the age range around the ones that wanted to pay it off.
What age? 80?
Around that time, or, you know, or they just happened to, I guess, hit a good lick and paid it off early. But that's always nice, but everybody not able. But I did notice that there's a lot of people around that age that was paying off.
Yeah. Well, I had to really have a real conversation with myself about my wants and my needs. And I decided I don't need a new home, that I'll take the one that I have and create it the way I want it to be. and I can renew my own space and make it brand new to me again. It's kind of like when you buy a used car.
Yeah.
It's not a new car, but it's new to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I just can't even imagine being forced to have to work and hustle until I'm 85. As a matter of fact, I'm already done. Like, I don't ever want to work as hard as I ever worked in my 20s and 30s. And no, I am not the little engine that could anymore when it comes to that. I still have great things that I'm going to be doing. I still have wonderful things to do. I still have wonderful ideas and all of that. But I mean, to be forced because you know you got to make mortgage payments, to be forced because you know you got to make car payment, to be forced because you're, you know, working for those big major items for no real reason. And then I don't have little kids to take care of anymore. So what's the point is what I actually had to ask myself. Like, what's the point of getting into debt?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't even think of one reason why I would want to get into debt. I can't think of it. And because I'm not a person who's a show off or would have to have people come to my house so I could show them everything, a person who needs to prove anything to anybody, I was just like, all I have to do is prove something to myself. I don't have to prove anything
right
to anyone else. So, but I tell you what, I do want to see all of my kids have their own places and all their own homes. And I would love to come and visit and come back home. You know what I'm saying? I don't, at this stage, I don't have to have the new house. I don't even have the new house fever anymore. I don't go and look at new houses anymore. It's kind of like, I don't have to. I don't need to. I don't want to.
I feel that.
Yeah. So other than the garden tub and a nice kitchen with a nice island, is there anything else that you like about new homes other than, you know, it's something real special about that new home smell? I
was gonna say that too. Yeah.
I often wonder if they go into, you know, other than everything being new as far as the products that they put in it, but I often wonder in some of these homes if they go into the vents of the air conditioned ducts and they put in those different smells. Because I've been actually thinking about doing it here. Is like getting some of those different cookie smells, you know, that they use in like new homes and in bakery, where it makes you think that you're baking cookies all day. But I haven't figured out what is it that they put in the attic, or not the attic, but in the AC ducts that just makes it blows the air or the heat through the whole house, where the whole house gets it. Because those little plug-in things are getting old. And what I mean by getting old is
your electricity
I'm
bill high.
Huh?
It make your electricity bill high too, keeping it plugged in.
Well, not only that, because everything we have plugged in, internet, cell phones, curling irons, all that stuff do too. But they have to be changed too often. I was doing a little test and I was burning a candle a day. And if I burned it every day of the week, I was burning up a candle every 2 to 3 days. That gets to be expensive, and it smells good for the time you have it on. But what I'm looking for, and I bought some stuff. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Peyton, get that stuff on the counter that says Mrs. Meyer. No, it's right here, right there on the floor. Let me show you this stuff. I bought this stuff, and I even told your grandma about it, because when I cleaned off all the bookshelves, and what I did is I washed all the bookshelves down with it, but then I sprayed some on some of those little rags, and then I washed all my books. Girl, this stuff right here, it makes a fresh smell, and thank you. It makes a fresh smell in the house, and it's called Mrs. Meyer's.
They sell it. I see those in the hotels.
Exactly.
They got
exactly. I bought this at Walmart, and it wasn't any more expensive than buying Lysol or something like that. But I've been washing all my books down in my bookshelf.
Like an all-purpose cleaner, right?
Yes. Yeah. But also after I wash the dishes and I wipe off the counters and stuff, then I turn around and I spray it with this, and then just use like a paper towel or some kind of like some type of like little rag or whatever.
Do they have different scents?
It's just one scent. Mrs. Meyer's has one fresh scent. And I noticed the other day when I walked from the outside back into the house, I went, okay, there's a different smell. But see, I've been going through dusting and cleaning and basically doing my spring cleaning in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But it's been making a difference by me taking every single thing off the bookshelves, washing them down with this, cleaning them, and then washing the books off as I put them back. Because, you know, after a while, books get dusty. They smell like old books, because a lot of my books, I got them from old, you know, little countryside, you know, bookstores that are like down deep in the country, where I'm like on a retreat or something like that, and you find a little hole in the wall bookstore, you walk in there and they got books for 25 cents, and I can't resist myself. So a lot of the books are old, but I, you know, these are books that I've read in the past that I just love, and I'm keeping them. Now, I did find on this bookshelf over here in the living room that there were maybe about 10 books that I no longer needed, you know, or no longer wanted, that didn't have any significance to me at all. Those authors, I no longer trust anything they say. So I've got about 50 books that I'm going to see if Half Price Bookstore wants to buy them. If not, I'll give them to Goodwill. But this Mrs. Myers stuff.
Oh, they buy books from people?
Huh?
They buy books from people?
Yeah, they buy and sell.
I didn't
Right.
know
And
that.
when you walk into the Half Price Bookstore by us and you walk all the way to the back and look to the left, those people that are standing at that desk, they're there to give you bids on books, magazines, CDs, games, and everything.
Huh. I didn't know.
So this Mrs. And I don't really get excited about cleaning stuff other than like the Lysol.
Yeah.
Other than Lysol, I don't get too excited. But I'm gonna tell you something. This Mrs. Myers has caught my attention. It's something that you could use as an all-purpose sprayer on just about anything, window seals, everything. Because what I have.
Did you just get one bottle?
Yeah, I got one bottle to just see if I was going to like it, because it took me 6 months to use it because I wasn't sure about it. And then when I started doing my spring clean, I said, let me go get this Mrs. Myers and see what she all about. And it was like, whoa. So I'm almost out of this one. And so when I went to the store the other day, I picked up another bottle because I still have all the books in the office that I haven't finished, you know, putting back on the shelf or anything like that. So I have the other side of the wall that I have the other 2 bookshelves, and then the floor, the crown molding on the floor and the window sill. And then I will have wiped everything in there with Miss. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean my ceiling fans with it, because then it can fly around with that smell. But there's just something about new homes that have, and I know what it is. It's because everything in it is new. You know, all the plywood is new. All of the sheetrock is new. All of the paint is fresh on the wall. Anytime you walk into a new space, even if I was to repaint all the walls in this house, it would have a different smell in the house, just like when I repainted all the walls before. But there's just something enticing and exciting about a new home. I'll tell you a catch-22 that annoys me about new home potential. And it's something I think that every new home potential buyer should think about and ask really smart questions. When you walk into a model home, that's not the home you're buying.
Yeah.
When you walk into a model home, the first question you should ask when you say, I like this floor plan, can you tell me what the cost on this floor plan is? When they show you the floor plan and they show you the price, let's just say the floor plan for that particular house is $375,000. Then what you should say is, am I going to get everything I see? First thing they're going to tell you was, no, your new home won't come with crown molding. No, your new home won't come with the designs around this door like it is. Nope, your new home won't come with this floor, and it's going to come with basic flooring. Then when you get ready to actually purchase a home, they're going to say, okay, let's sit down and design your home. They're going to say, okay, your basic, when I say basic, I'm talking about basic B. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about certain things that you thought, even the type of ceiling fan, it's not going to be the one. They have to zhuzh up the home to make you want it, right? When you sit down and you go, okay, so our budget is $400,000. Well, great. This home basic B plan is $375,000. Then if you say, but no, I want it to look like the model home I went in over on street A, they're going to say, oh, that's another $300,000, because we added in this kind of flooring, we added in this kind of crown molding, we did this in the kitchen, we had an extra large island in there. Yours comes with
all kind of stuff.
Yeah, yours comes with a baby size island. We put an extra monster island. Your appliances are not going to be the good ones that you saw. They're going to be the basic, you know, whoever. The ceiling fans and all the fixtures that you saw, it doesn't come with that. It's going to come with your, you know, $69 ceiling fan from Home Depot. Oh, the fixture, the water fixtures that you saw in the bathroom, and you saw that shower stuff coming down, your home won't come with that. We put
It'd be cheaper for you to do that all yourself.
Exactly. So I tell people this, just from my experience of looking at homes and being a homeowner, if you want all of those extra amenities, and you are okay with that first original price, buy the house basic B, and then find you a contractor to come in and redo everything. Because I've even heard some new home builders say, well, no, it comes with all white walls. If you want color walls, that's going to cost different. It doesn't cost that much different to buy color paint.
Exactly.
Like, I know this for a fact. So just certain things that you can add on to your house.
Where's that place? That place that we went to, and it was like a neighborhood full of open houses.
Design Tech off of 45 North.
Yeah, that's all I know is that's off 45. But yeah, I like when they gave you the little
Tech
iPad where you can scan stuff that you see in the house that you like. I did like that. I was
one of the reasons they do that is because they redo the homes often to, you know, make them look good, and whatever's new that's happening, like a lot of the light fixtures have changed. One of the things that they do that for is because they have a sale, and sometimes they'll sell you those items.
Yeah.
So let's say you walk into one of their homes and you say, I want this particular floor plan, but I want all of these fixtures in it, then you better go ahead and add those extra prices on there. So I just hope that when people go, and if you're a new home buyer, that you ask all the right questions, and the right questions are, am I getting exactly, and say the word exactly, am I getting exactly what I'm seeing? And then to have them to break down what you're not getting. But also, if you don't want to have to even ask that question because maybe you're embarrassed or whatever, because that happens, then when you take the form that they're going to give you with, this is the cost of the home and this is what you receive, you can start eliminating what you didn't see on that list to say, oh, it doesn't come with crown molding. Oh, it doesn't come with the door designs. Okay, no, it doesn't come with this kind of door. It doesn't come with that kind of flooring. Doesn't come with those kind of appliances. Doesn't come with that size island. Doesn't come with those light fixtures. Okay, doesn't come with color paint. Doesn't come with that kind of front door. It's not going to be a glass door. It's going to be a basic door. Doesn't come with bay windows. It's going to be a regular, like, is it going to be double pane or single pane windows? Like, look at what you're getting before you walk into these new homes. Now, just keep in mind that when you walk into a new home, they have to give you everything to impress you, to make you want it. Yeah. But it's not the real truth until you sit down and you start going through, is this what my home going to look like?
That's true.
So that's something that I think people should really, really know. And also when it comes to purchasing a home and it comes to your credit, depending on the amount of the home you want to purchase, you'll have to have a certain amount of a score. The more expensive the home, the bigger the score needs to be. And back in the day, they used to go by your score, and that was really all that was important, and you had to have a job. Now it goes by your job, it goes by your score, and it goes by how you've paid your bills in a certain amount of time. Also, people need to know, because I know there are a lot of people who like to pay for things in cash. If you're going to purchase a home in cash, you have to have had that money in the account for at least 3 months. You can't just go put the money in there tomorrow and buy the house, you know, sign off on the paperwork. The money has to have been sitting in your bank account with proof that you can show it was there for 3 months. But then now they're also making you verify where the source of the money came from.
I can't imagine 5-10 years from now what other qualifications they're going to come up with.
You have to have a chip. You have to have had all of that before you can buy a home. Like I told you yesterday, I was reading an article where they were saying that for all of the people who have push start cars, where you can, you know, like even with my Buick, if I downloaded the app, I could start my car from an app, or I could shut my car down in case like somebody stole my car, or whatever. I could shut it down. I never did download the app because I'm not into that. But they're saying that because they have those trackers in place for all the people who did get on the tracking system, that if you are not getting the booster, or if you are not getting certain things that they could mandate, that if they notice that you're driving your car and going places, they can shut your engine down. And so I thought to myself, who's trying to pass that bill, and who your mama? Like, who are you? Like, what kind of person? Why are you all in my business? First of all, like, who are you to tell me that I can go to HEB? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? And if that be the case, then all of these places that started charging $17 and $10 and $20 to deliver your groceries to the door, because, you know, I used to get them done for free. And then all of a sudden it went to $6. I was like, okay, that's fine. you know, $6 plus the person who drops it off also wants a $5, $6, $7, $10 tip. Forget you. Like, what are you doing? Like, I can go do curbside.
It's like when you order pizza, they want the taxes and then the $4.99.
And then they want a $10 tip. Coming here bringing me pizza that smell like Black and Mild all day long. No.
I knew you was gonna say that.
That was such a turn off. It made me want to throw up. But you know, but when it comes to new homes, I think that it's okay to go out and look and all of that stuff. But I think you need to also have your ducks in a row in case you see something that you love, something that you want, something that's in your budget. I know for me, when I go out and I look at new homes, I get new ideas on, you know, oh, I could do that. Look, I'm not gonna say no names, but the reason I ended up with the shower curtain that I have in my bathroom is because I saw a certain shower curtain scene and I had to have that shower curtain. And that, you know, it's the one that actually the very first place I saw it was I was at a National Speakers Association event in Atlanta, and I stayed in the I forgot that fancy hotel. Anyway, in there they had the shower rods that came out like that and curved around like that.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I gotta have that. And then, you know, I saw that infamous scene with Mimi and whoever that boy was. Mimi and what's his name? Nico?
Yeah.
I was like, yes, that's the shower. Do you know that it took me, I went to 5 Home Depots before I found that shower curtain. I mean, that shower rod. Shower rod. And that was right at the time that Jose was redoing my bathroom. And I was like, I got to have this certain shower rod because I like the way when you put the shower curtain on it, it bulges out a little bit from the shower. Yeah, because
some people don't want the shower curtain to touch them and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I just like the aesthetics of how it bulged out a little bit. So that's how I ended up with that. So when I go to new homes or whatever, I get a lot of ideas on flooring, on you know, decorating type things, curtains, different ways to like design a living room or bedroom or whatever like that. So I can tell you now, I will say this, when I get married and my husband wants to move out to Katy, Texas, because that's the only place we're going to live. If he said, I just want to buy us a new home, who's your favorite builder? Let's pick a builder of your choosing. You know Katy better than I do. I would then have a new home because he'd be buying it for us, putting it in a trust, and it would be secure just in case anything happens to either one of us. That's the only way that then I would be willing to leave my home and move into a bill paying situation. I wouldn't be paying the bills, of course, but I'm just saying a bill paying situation where somebody's going to have the burden of paying a 30-year note or either paying it off in 10 years or whatever, depending on how much money you put down on it. Because, you know, somebody could very well come in and say, hey, I'm going to buy us a home. Our budget is $560,000 because that's what I'm going to pay for it. And if that house was outright paid for, praise God. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's the only way that I would be moving into a new home, you know. Now, your sister has said that she's going to be very, very, very wealthy. And you never know, she may buy me a house when I'm 90, you know. Be like, baby, get something with a rail so I can get up the rail. So that'd be probably the only way. But as far as me independently, like I bought this house on my own, in my own name, with my own everything, I won't be doing that again.
Yeah. No
regrets at all. But I'm just saying at this stage in my life, I'm not going to pay bills for the next 30 years. Mm-hmm. I've already paid bills for 30 years. I'm not doing it for the next 30 years. That does not add up to me.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, I bought this house the year before Savon was born. So I've been paying bills a long time and I'm done. I'm tired.
Yeah.
It gets to that point. But I mean, I definitely hope that you guys will have your dream homes and your whatever style you want, whether it's high-rise living, whether it's suburban living, whether it's city living, whatever living you want, I think is your choice. It's great. But I just thought that these few tips would, you know, be very useful for someone who's looking to get into a new home situation, because I can honestly say the situation of getting into a new home now has really, really changed. And I can't wait until your sister gets her real estate license so we can learn even more things about real estate that, you know, with the new rules and the new laws and the new this. And
they're constantly going to change too.
Oh, they're constantly going to change and be upgraded and more difficult for people to buy homes. It's just going to be very difficult. And that's just the way it is. But that's our show for today. And if you'd like to support our show, our Cash App is $MDI Podcast. And thank you for all of our new subscribers. And we love hearing from you here at the Mother Daughter-ish Podcast. Keep on commenting. Let us know anything that you've gone through as you've been trying to purchase your first home, second home, new home, getting qualified. Let us know some of the things that you've learned in your state, because I'm sure it's a state to state type of thing. But let us know what are some new things that you ran across that were shocking to you as you were trying to buy your first home.
Yes, and keep commenting and subscribing and sharing. We see in the comments as they come, so just keep commenting, and we like to keep engaging with y'all, so keep it up.
Absolutely. And that's our show for today at the Mother Daughter-ish Podcast. And until next time, bye for now.
Bye.